Okay. All right, Leanne, whenever you're ready.
Okay. Hey everyone, I want to welcome everyone to this Nutrilite session tonight. It's going to be really good. So one thing I'd like to, just welcome everyone and say hi. If you don't know me, I'm Leanne. I'm in Buffalo with the Buffalo team. Part of Shabir is my upline and my coach. And I'm a first-year dental student right now at University of Buffalo School of Dental Medicine, and I just started the business about 3 or 4 months ago. So a little bit about myself. Tonight we're going to talk about the 4 foundation basics of Nutrilite. So we're going to talk about the macronutrients and phytonutrients, and some of the supplements and vitamins and dietary supplements of Nutrilite. So I'd like to introduce everyone to Mohammed, who's an aerospace engineer for the U.S. Navy in Florida. If you don't know him already, you should. But yeah, he's doing really well in the business. Just hit silver, correct? So yeah, off to you, Mohammed.
Okay, awesome. Thank you very much, Leanne. All right, guys. So today we're going to be doing our training a little bit differently. Okay, usually what we do is we have multiple lines of speakers come up and they talk about various different sides of networking, things like that. Today we're going to focus, kind of like what Leanne said, on the product side. Okay. Now, I am not going to go over how to sell a product. Okay. I feel like that's a big block that most people go over. If you understand the product and you understand its value and what it can do for you, then I think selling it actually becomes much easier. Okay. One of the issues I had was I talked a lot about let me try to move a product without actually using it or really understanding it. Okay. So the idea of today's call is to understand that side of business. Okay. Without any products moving, you don't actually make any money. So you do want to focus on that side as well. Okay. So what we're going to be going over is the first, we're going to be going over the foundational 4 basics of Nutrilite. Okay. What this covers is we're not going to be going over like the really exotic products like heart health, things like that. We're going to be talking about the most basic things that really everyone should be using. Okay. Myself included, which I actually do. I've used a lot of the products, but I didn't really understand the value of these particular 4 until I went to the details of it. Okay. So before we get into that, I first want to explain to you, what is Nutrilite? Okay. Nutrilite, I'll be honest, building the business for a while, when I first got started, I thought it was just a cute little product that we had. I was like, oh, Nutrilite, it's cool, has some pretty nice products. I like the rhodiola. That's it, right? I knew a couple facts about it, but until I really understood how powerful these products are, especially compared to some of the other traditional brands out there, it really put things into perspective. Okay, so first off, they're #1 dietary supplement in the world. Period. No questions about it. Okay. Whether your opinion or whatever you really feel about it, numbers-wise, it is the largest. It's $5 billion, 5 times bigger than GNC. And the most important part about Nutrilite is it's cheap because it's sold online, but the quality of the product itself is probably near the top. Okay. The National Sports Foundation actually certifies a lot of these products. And if you guys have heard it in the news, there's a lot of products that most people actually buy it from outside, thinking it has some of the products that it does, but there's actually been a lot of studies shown and actually court cases done where some of the products that people say is in the products isn't actually in there, okay, which leads to a lot of different things. So Nutrilite has volunteered to be part of a lot of international organizations, and they voluntarily check a lot of their products, okay. One of the organizations, I wrote it down over here, it's called the Guidance of the Council of Responsible Nutrition. It's an international organization joined by about 23 other companies. And what they do is they actually just self-check each other. Okay, it is completely voluntary. You don't need to do it, but Nutrilite took that extra step. Okay, now to kind of kick things off, I'm going to share one video with you, which I thought was just friggin' awesome. The Nutrilite Falcon. Okay. Now, the way most farming is done, okay, is you guys have a big plot of land and you have farm, you're farming over there. And the way a lot of these farms are actually maintained is by pesticides, right? Pesticide control. They spray like a whole bunch of odd things on their plants, which is designed to actually kill any unwanted pests or things like that over there. What Nutrilite does is actually takes it one step further. They train falcons to fly over these farms to actually pick up any rodents and things like that. So I'm just going to share, again, throughout the whole video, the whole training call, we are going to be showing a lot of videos, which I think add a lot more value than just me kind of telling you. All right, so you guys can kind of see it for yourself. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen with you, and you guys can see it for yourself. Okay. I just want to make sure. Is everyone seeing my screen right now? You guys can unmute, tell me, because I can't see what you guys see.
Yeah,
we see your screen.
Good, perfect. Okay, so this is the Nutrilite Falconry. So
my name is Court Clayton. I'm a falconer here at Trout Lake Farms. And this is Copper. He's a Nutrilite falcon. Copper is a 4-year-old red-naped Shaheen. It's a Middle Eastern species of falcon. He's a fierce little predator, and he's immensely intimidating to pest birds, but he's an absolute sweetheart. He's a very gentle little bird. Our job is to protect the crop. Nutrilite has recognized the value of falconry as a bird control technique as part of their sustainable farming operation. And it's the only supplement company that uses falconry to control pest birds on their property. Falconry has a number of advantages over conventional bird control techniques. Conventional bird control generally consists of scaring birds away with either visual or auditory deterrents. Falconry takes advantage of the natural profile of a raptor in flight. Falcons are natural predators of birds, and they look different in flight than a hawk does. And to a pest bird, they're very intimidating. What we do is consistent with Nutrilite's sustainable farming operation. First and foremost, it's natural. We're using trained wild-type predators in a natural setting to deter pest birds. Secondly, it's non-lethal. Despite the fact that these are natural predators of birds and they pursue them and chase them, we don't catch them. We're not killing pest birds on the property. We're just intimidating them and scaring them. And lastly, it's quiet. It's very neighbor-friendly. We're not making noise. We're not using propane cannons. We're out here flying these birds around quietly. They climb up over the farm and they soar over the fields, and they create this cone of deterrence, essentially, that every pest bird for miles is tuned into.
Okay, I'm just going to stop it there just so we can move along. I thought that was really awesome. All right. Hopefully you guys were able to see the audio of it pretty well. So again, Nutrilite is like no other company. Okay. Until you really understand it, until I really understood that, I wasn't able to understand how powerful of basically products that we have in our hands. Okay. Now, again, kind of like I said, we're going to be going over a lot of videos. I'm not going to be talking as much. I'm going to explain what it is so that we can get the most value of it. But there's a lot of videos that I found on the Amway website, which I thought were pretty brilliant. So I'm going to share those instead of me just talking. Now, what we're going to be going over is the foundational four. Okay. Now, aside from any other major supplements, your body, in order to perform at what it's supposed to, needs 4 major things to build up your body, all right, and to make sure your body functions at optimal form. Okay, you need protein. Okay, what protein does is it's the building blocks of your body. Okay, then you need your omega health, which takes care of your heart health, brain health, vision, joint, things like that. Okay, the third is multivitamins, multimillers, and phytonutrients. And then phytonutrients, those are the 3 to 4 major things that we need to focus on. Okay, and that's how we're going to be going over. So again, I'm going to share another video with you guys. Let me share my screen with you to kind of give you an introduction to what these 4 basics are. It's cute how 4 basics keeps coming up everywhere. Okay. All right. So the foundational 4. Okay, so I'm going to play this video.
Of the videos because I
Sorry?
The bandwidth you have some.
Oh yeah, if you guys want to turn your videos off, because whatever helps. Okay, so this is the foundational part. These are the 4 main sections we're going to be going through.
than 7 billion people in the world, yet every body has essentially the same foundational nutrition needs. Most people, however, have a hard time satisfying these needs and aren't getting the essential nutrition their bodies crave. If you take the analogy of a house, imagine that proteins are the bricks that help our bodies grow and repair cells. These building blocks are one of 3 macronutrients: proteins, fats, and carbohydrates. Micronutrients, or vitamins and minerals, are the mortar that help sustain life, and they help us create a really strong foundation. Phytonutrients, nutrients found in plants, help protect the integrity of the bricks and mortar. And omega-3 fatty acids, another macronutrient, help support the house's electricity and plumbing, or nervous and cardiovascular systems. You may not be eating enough of all these essential nutrients as part of your daily diet. The Nutrilite Foundational 4 helps ensure that everybody is getting the right amount of these essential building materials. All plant protein powder and balanced health omega provide complete sources of protein and beneficial fatty acids. Double X, the ultimate dietary supplement, supplies an incredible 22 vitamins and minerals, as well as phytonutrients from 20 plant concentrates. And concentrated fruits and vegetables offers phytonutrients equal to the amounts found in 10+ servings of fruits and vegetables. So, to ensure that you're getting the variety of nutrients you need, start with the Nutrilite Foundational 4 and give your body the kind of solid nutrient foundation it deserves. Nutrilite, the world's #1 selling brand.
Okay, so those are the foundational 4 we're going to be going over. Okay, again, kind of like what I said before, the specifics I'm going to just let it play on the video, but I'm going to give you a little bit of background before I play the video. Right now, the idea of these 4 foundations, again, isn't for any excess stuff. Right, it's basically to maintain your body at its most optimal level. Okay, so first we're going to be going over plant protein. Okay, now plant protein is a little bit different from whey protein. Whey protein is like if you're trying to like lift weights and build muscle. But again, the protein itself is the building blocks of our body. That's kind of what the video was saying, right? Now, the most important thing to keep in mind is that your body doesn't naturally store protein. Okay, that's just not how our bodies are developed. So we have to keep refilling it. Okay. Now, what protein does is it helps build the structural part of your body, your muscles. Okay. The World Health Organization actually says that you need at least 1 gram of protein for every 2 pounds that you weigh. Okay. So like for example, I'm 220 pounds. That means I need a little over 50 grams of protein every single day, not to build muscle, but just to maintain my mass. Okay. You guys can kind of take that, wherever. Just take your weight and divide it by 2, basically. All right, so if you're about 200 pounds, you need about, oh, I'm doing the math right.
100.
Okay. Yeah, you need about 100 grams of protein to kind of maintain where you are. Okay. Obviously, if you're looking to build muscle, go to the gym. Again, you obviously need a little bit more than that. Okay. But that's the idea of protein. Okay. And again, it's essential for proper muscle health. Okay. Now the difference between this protein that you get versus like whey protein, things like that, is number one, it's dairy free and lactose free. Okay. Meaning some people are actually lactose intolerant. So what it does is it doesn't give you that upset stomach. Okay. It is completely plant based. It's based on 3 main items: soy, wheat, and peas. Okay, these are the 3 main ingredients that go in here. Okay, now for every 1 serving of this plant protein that you get, you actually get 10 grams of protein. Okay, which is equivalent to about 1 or 2 eggs. Okay, if you were to hard boil an egg and eat it like that. Okay, again, it's also this particular plant protein is also cholesterol free, and it has low amount of fat. Okay, there are other ways of getting protein into your system. Again, I'll play the video. I'll get into more details of it. But another way you could get protein is by meat. Okay, if you're a vegetarian or anything like that, you guys ignore this part. But I love eating. I like chicken. I like burgers. It's awesome. Okay. However, though it does have the protein we need, it also has a lot of excess cholesterol and fat, which we could probably live without. Okay, so there is a big difference between that. Okay, not saying not to eat hamburgers or like cheeseburgers, things like that. Go nuts with that. Also, but however, understand what your body needs. Okay, So the IBO price for this plant protein that we have is $39. Okay, you get about 10 PV and about 33 BV from it. Okay, now how do I use it? Okay, I don't actually have it on me. I've already ordered some, but the cool thing that I liked about it, I actually learned this from Funo de Navida, is number one, it's colorless and tasteless. What that means, I could literally put that on anything without having to worry about tasting weird stuff. Okay, so I sometimes sprinkle it on my eggs. I've mixed it in with my cereal sometimes. I put it into like my protein shake after a workout. You know, there's actually, if you go into the Amway list, there's a whole list of recipes specifically for just this one product. Okay, but the idea is that you can literally put it in anything. Okay, smoothies, cereals. If you're baking something, you put it in there. Be creative with it. Okay, and keep it simple. Okay. The idea of these products isn't to like take whatever you're doing in your daily life and just adding another burden to it. The idea is to supplement this within your lifestyle. Okay, I was already going to be doing this kind of stuff. I was already going to be eating these kind of foods. All I did was I put one scoop in and kind of left it at that. Okay, the price, okay, if you break it down, each serving is about $1. Okay, it's recommended you take one in the morning, one in the evening, about 2 servings a day. Okay, so to get all the protein that your body needs to maintain a healthy mass, it costs you about $2 a day. Okay, now I'm going to put the price out there. Again, when I was in college, again, I was kind of like where most of you guys are. Right? I didn't have the income. I didn't have enough money to just play around with. Okay, so what I did was I realized that if I'm going to spend all this money building my business, okay, getting to functions, going to open meetings, things like that, I also want to build myself as well. Okay, because if you're building your business and you're talking about health and things like that, but then you're not healthy, right? It's actually counterproductive to your business. Okay. Also, I wanted my money to be the most productive for me, right? So if I was going to spend this money, I wanted it to get the most value in for myself. There's a lot of people out there that upgrade their phones, their wardrobe, get a new tie, but they always forget to upgrade their diet. Okay, so these $2 I personally felt was okay for me. Okay, so again, find it in your budget, right? So I'm going to share the video of the plant protein powder. Okay, so you guys get, and I'll kind of go over a little bit what I touched upon as well, and a little bit more. But again, these videos I found were pretty amazing, and you guys have all the same access that I do. So let me pull it up. Okay. Yeah. Now, while this video is loading, again, I don't want this to be like a one-way dialogue. I'm going to stop it at this, and I'm going to open up to everyone if there are any questions or if anyone has used these products before. I'd like this to be a back and forth. I don't want this to be like a lecture. So after this video is done, I'm going to open up for a few minutes, and then from there we'll continue moving forward. All right, anytime soon.
Proteins are important to our health. They're like building blocks. They promote the structure, the function, and the maintenance of every part of our body. But because the body does not store protein, we need to replenish it every day. The World Health Organization recommends almost a gram of protein per 2.2 pounds of body weight per day. The problem is, too many of us get our protein from animal products. Okay, in small amounts, they contain high levels of the unhealthy fats we need to avoid. Nutrilite all-plant protein powder combines the highest quality plant protein sources from soy, wheat, and pea to provide you the complete amino acid profile you need without the unhealthy fat and cholesterol. One serving of all-plant protein powder provides 10 grams of protein, the same amount of protein found in 1.5 eggs. Easy to use, low in fat, cholesterol, and lactose-free. All-plant protein powder can be added to any meal. Support energy, muscle, and heart health with Nutrilite all-plant protein powder. Nutrilite, the world's #1 selling.
Okay, so that kind of tied in everything, kind of like what I was talking about. Now I'm going to stop it here for a minute. I would like all of you guys to unmute yourselves, all right? And let's talk for a second. All right? So if anyone has used some of these products before, or if there are any testimonies, any questions, anything like that, I'll open it up for a few minutes. So.
I used the plant protein like a couple of months back when I was like transitioning to the vegetarian mode. So I mean, I was also working at that time. I mean, I wasn't really eating any meat before that as well, but still it was a big transition for me. So when I started using the plant protein when the gym, it really helped me a lot. I mean, I did see some definite growth in that phase. So yeah, plant protein is definitely something that I would recommend to anyone who is looking to work out or just transition to a different eating state, I would say.
All right, awesome. Thank you, Nasser. Anyone else?
Mike here. Basically the foundational four with the double X and the omega and the country fruits and vegetables. It's basically a perfect pack, and when you tie those four together, it's like I don't know. It works so much. Like I remember when I was like working out, I had like a second job, still was building business, and I was so busy, and I would think I'd be tired, but yeah, I'm still outside like 11 o'clock, like playing basketball. Like I really think that it really supplements your diet in a way that you can't find it like just by let me just buy one to another. Like it really does everything for you. But yeah, that's about it.
Okay. All right, awesome. Thanks, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
All right, do one more.
Guys, so,
Hey,
let me just put this mic. Hey, so can everybody hear me now?
you're good.
All right. Oh, so I've actually recently neglected the plant protein. I was like, okay, maybe if I can just take my vitamins, it'll be good. But then I started gaining too much weight, and that was probably because I was eating a lot of fried food, and fried food has a lot of cholesterol. So what I've done is every time I eat now, I make sure to take some water and like take a scoop of plant protein and put it in just drink the water with it, and I think that's the best absorption for my body for the protein. So yeah, I feel a lot more energetic. I used to sleep before the call. Now I don't fall asleep at like 8, so that's good. And yeah, so I'm fired up.
Okay, awesome. Thank you very much, Fair. All right, I'm going to continue to move on. I'll open it up again after the next product, but yeah, cool. So let me just get out of this. All right, so the next product, right? So again, we've gone over. The next product we're going to be going over is the Omega Health. Okay. Now the Omega Health is actually let me pull up my notes. Okay. So Omega Health actually serves 4 purposes. Okay. What it does is it helps your heart. Helps your heart, your brain, your vision, and your joints. Okay. Now again, just like protein, your body doesn't actually produce any omega oils in your body. Okay. The main place you really get it from is from fish oil. Okay. Now the American Health Association actually recommends that at least twice a week you should be eating a good portion of fish or something that'll give you that intake of fish oil, omega oil. I'll be honest, I don't know anyone that does that consistently. Okay. It's not easy to do that, right? And again, that's the whole idea of these foundational 4. What your body needs, you may not always be producing and feeding it. Okay, which is at no fault to our. Actually, no, it's totally our fault. But this helps supplement it. Okay, the way people live today, it's very hard to eat all the food that you need to get your body up to the nutrition that it needs. Right, so that's what the American Health Association says. Okay, American Heart Association. Sorry. Okay, now. Again, one of the cool things about this again is there's a lot of different fish oil out there. Okay, now I want us to be able to understand the difference when we are approached with this question. Okay, the Nutrilite Omega Health is again the top-notch product on the market. Period. Okay, and here is why. Okay, first off, they kind of like what I said at the beginning. They voluntarily signed with 23 other international companies. On a council. They're the Council of Responsible Nutrition. What it does is just a higher standard of making sure what we put in our products is actually worth it, right? And actually good for your body. Okay, it is completely voluntary. Okay, you don't need to do it, but it actually costs more money to go out of your way to do that. Okay, so Nutrilite took that extra step to make sure that people understand what their products are worth. Okay, now what does Omega Health do? Okay, what it does is it helps support your memory. Okay. It and your concentration, things like that, with the DHA1 omega. Okay, that's one of the ingredients in it. Okay, the second thing it does is it helps supports your nerves and keeps your blood flowing to your joints. Okay, as you get older, your joints will degrade. That's kind of what happens when you get older. But with The particular item that does that is the EPA2 omega. Okay, again, all these details you can find online. I'm giving you these little bits of details. I know we have a few biologists and chemists on the group, so that's what helps keeps your nerves and your blood flow. Okay. The third thing it does is it supports optimal health for your heart. Okay. Again, keeping in mind this oil and these omega oils are not produced by your body. Okay, so you need to intake it from somewhere else. Okay. Now, a couple cool things about it. Now, the way it's processed. Okay. Number one, it's not taken from just regular fish. A lot of omega oil, what it does is, and a lot of other companies, what they do is they take fish from pretty much anywhere. Okay. Where we get our fish is, if I remember correctly, from Alaska and that northern region. Okay. The reason is because that area is relatively untouched. Okay. The fish oil from there is actually much more expensive. Okay. But it's much cleaner. Okay. Because not a lot of pollution goes up there. Okay. And you can actually do this test for yourself. This is what it looks like. This is the balanced omega health. Okay. This is a demo that I won't do this here, but if you take a GNC omega pill, for example, and you put it in the freezer, okay, and you put an omega health from Nutrilite as well and put it in the freezer as well. Here's what should happen. Okay. The freezing temperature for oil is much higher than the freezing temperature for water. Okay. That means if you put it in the freezer and you take it out, if it is omega oil, nothing should happen to it. It should remain just as you put it in there. What I've seen, and this is a demo I've done for myself, and actually in Buffalo and many other places, there's a lot of places where what happens is if you take the X brand item out, you get a little bit of a cloudy, foggy kind of thing coming on. Okay, what that is the water inside of it that is actually frozen. And then if you let it melt for a while, you actually see like little air bubbles and water bubbles floating around. Okay, what that tells you is that the omega oil was actually mixed with water. Okay, so it's not what it's supposed to be. Okay. Now I'm not sure about what the rules and stuff and how that kind of stuff works, but if I'm going to put something in my body, it better be the purest form of it. Okay. Now let's talk about the price, right? Now this item right here, okay. Again, all these items from Nutrilite, the idea is it works on a 1 month basis. Okay. So it costs you $19, okay, $18 and change. It's 7 points and 22 BV. Okay. So the cost per use is 20 cents. Okay. Again, price is something that comes up. Okay. And I want this to be an open conversation. There's a lot of people that I've spoken to that look at the face value of a product's item and they kind of get intimidated and they kind of back away, which is fine. Some people, that's just how it's going to work, right? And you shouldn't be in the convincing process, but you want to be able to show the value added from these products. Okay. 20 cents to take care of all this. Okay. Again, if you kind of, put it side by side, if you want to get that item, that amount of nutrition into your body, you have to have 2 servings of fish a day, 2 servings of fish every week. Okay. Guarantee that's going to cost you a little bit more than 20 cents a day. Okay. So again, you have to be able to explain this. Okay. Most importantly, you have to understand it first. Okay. You and I need to understand it before we could talk about it to someone else. Okay. So let me play the video for it. All right, just give me a sec. Yeah, what it'll do is it'll kind of tie in everything I just spoke about. Just give it a few seconds. Florida's internet, for some reason, is extremely slow. Okay, perfect.
Omega-3 fatty acids are the building blocks of every living cell in our body, supporting heart health, brain and vision health, and joint flexibility and mobility. But omega-3s are not produced by our body. To get what your body needs, the American Heart Association recommends at least 2 servings of fatty fish per week. Nutrilite Omega-3 supplements use an innovative high-quality fish oil formula, naturally sourced from ocean fish like sardines, anchovies, and mackerel, to deliver specially formulated ratios of 2 important omega-3s, EPA and DHA. Nutrilite Balance Health Omega supports brain and eye health. Nutrilite Heart Health Omega supports healthy blood flow and heart function, with no fishy aftertaste common in other omega supplements. Nutrilite, the world's #1 selling omega supplement brand, and the world's #1 selling brand of vitamins and dietary supplements.
Okay, cool. So that kind of tied all that stuff together. Again, that was the last part I forgot. No fishy aftertaste. Okay. There's a lot of things, like I remember my mom used to give me some weird stuff. You know how Pakistani Indian moms are. So she used to give me a lot of things, and I would always, whenever I would burp, or whenever I would like swallow, there would be that kind of taste going on. And I don't know about you guys, but that was a total turn off for me. Right? I'd rather die than have that fishy aftertaste. That's just me personally. Cool. Okay, so there is that. So that's the okay. Now we're gonna go into the next section. We're gonna be going. So that was macronutrients we were talking about. Right? That was, if you remember the house analogy they gave, the big building blocks. Okay. Now we're gonna go into the micronutrients, which is the cement and things between the bricks. Okay. Now there's a lot of products we could talk about, but again, kind of like what Michael alluded to, what we're gonna be touching upon is XX. Okay. XX is the #1 vitamin supplement in the market. Okay, hands down. Okay, this is what it looks like. Okay, some of you guys have seen it, some of you guys have used it. Okay, but what XX does is it touches upon all different aspects of the multivitamins and nutrients that you need. All right, on a daily basis, you're supposed to have 5 to 9 servings of fruits and vegetables of about 7 different colors. Okay, if you make a fist, this is 1 serving. Okay, so how many people eat 9 amounts of this every single day? Statistically, 8 out of 10 do not do that. Okay, that's just here in the U.S. Right, so basically everyone is malnourished. Okay, now kind of a side note, what malnutrition does, okay, besides the fact that you're not maintaining your body and you're going to die at a younger age, what it does is it makes you feel tired and fatigued. Okay, there's been many times where I had plenty of sleep. All right, I ate all the food that I had on campus. I had a full meal, but for some reason I was just tired. Okay, it's not because you're actually tired. It's because your body isn't nourished. Okay, if you fill up a car with its full tank of gas but don't change the oil, the car's not going to run an optimal efficiency. Okay, it's not that it doesn't have enough gas, you're not maintaining it properly. Okay, there's that nutritional gap that comes up. Okay, now what phytonutrients actually do, okay, it's actually the skin of fruits and vegetables. Okay, that's where it actually comes from. Most people, what they do is they peel it and throw it away. Okay, that's actually the most amount of nourishment that you can get from the fruit. Okay, not including the fact that a lot of the food today is processed. And the way it's processed is that when you put pesticides and these sprays on these plants and vegetables, when they're in the farm, what it does is it makes the fruit, #1, bigger. Okay, the reason is because it no longer needs to spend, that fruit doesn't need to spend as much energy to protect itself, so it can just grow. What that does long term is again, this is kind of how I remember it, the immune system of it is no longer strong. Okay, so the fruit may be big, but there's no nutritional value in there. Okay, that's the one key thing that I needed to understand. I was eating all the fruits and vegetables, but is it really, is it actually giving me the nourishment that I need? Okay, most of the time it is not. Okay, and again, that's just the kind of world we live in today, right? That's why organic food is so much more expensive, which is also why I didn't want to buy organic food. All right, like 1 tomato would cost 1 month's rent. Right? I didn't want to be that healthy. I wasn't that excited about being that healthy. Okay? But multivitamins, it gives you that nourishment. Phytonutrients, what it does is it helps protect against diseases that and keeps your body working properly. Okay? I won't go into all of it, but there is a whole lot of diseases and things later down the line which can actually be prevented by just keeping your body healthy. Okay, you're in the business of health and wellness. Okay, you can't be talking about Nutrilite. Hey, you should purchase this, but then you look like you're about to die. All right, so keep yourself healthy. Okay, build your body. Okay, and again, if the business you're trying to make money from is already giving you the stuff that you need to stay healthy. Right, so it kind of it just makes things so much easier. Okay, so multivitamin, it gives you 12 essential vitamins, 10 essential minerals, and 20 plant concentrates. Okay, And again, it makes up that nutritional gap, right? Now let's talk about the price. Double X, this Double X right here, okay, it costs $62. Okay, $62. That is for the entire month. It's a 30-day supply. You take, one serving in the morning, one serving in the evening. It is $1 per use. Okay, so about $2 a day if you take one in the morning, one in the evening. Okay, if you want to compare that to what your body actually needs, try buying 9 servings of fruits and vegetables every single day. Okay, if you do want to keep your body operating in optimal health, that is going to be so much more expensive. Okay, I know, because I go to Walmart every now and then. I can pick up 6 or 7 bananas. That lasts me the week. That's actually supposed to be the whole thing that I eat in one day. Okay, and the video I'm going to show you is going to kind of put that into perspective. Okay, so again, the price is something that I was comfortable with because I knew what the alternative was. Okay, the idea of nutrition is to do preventative care. Okay, most people are in I don't know what the opposite of, there's a word for it, but after something happens, then you take care of it. Okay?
Curative.
Say again?
Curative. C-U-R-A-T-I-V.
Is that okay? That.
Cure, yeah.
Sorry, I did rocket science, not English. Okay. Right. So that most people get sick and then they take weird medicines to get better. Okay. Just take care of yourself initially. Okay. Ken, you're in the business of health and wellness, right? Don't look like you're about to die. All right. So I want to share this video with you, which I think will put everything in perspective. All right. It's a little bit longer, but I think it'll make the point that I'm trying to explain. So let me share my screen. Cool. Okay. All right. I can't full screen, so I'll just leave it as.
Unless you're eating nutrients like all of this every day, you likely have gaps in your diet. In fact, we know the large majority of people don't actually get all the vitamins and minerals they need from foods alone. And that's really where supplementing comes in. Nutrilite offers Double X. This is a plant-based supplement that is absolutely packed with 22 vitamins and minerals, as well as 20 plant concentrates. Now, Double X consists of 3 separate supplements. You have your vitamins, your minerals, and your plant concentrates, or phytonutrients. Now, phytonutrients at the most basic level are antioxidants. Antioxidants are what help defend your body against free radicals, which can be anything like external factors such as pollution, or even internal factors such as an unhealthy diet. Now, all of this together, the 22 vitamins and minerals, as well as the 20 plant concentrates, that's what helps support overall health of the body. Anything from brain health to eye health to heart health, joint and bone health, and even more. To help you visualize, we have the nutrient equivalents of taking a single day's worth of Nutrilite's Double X. So we have 22 bananas, 7 cups of cantaloupe, 4.2 cups of peas, 6 cups of baked beans, 1.5 chicken breasts, 4.2 pounds of ground beef, 33 tablespoons of peanut butter, 3.3 cups of sunflower seeds, as well as 7.75 quarts of milk. Now, as you can imagine, your body likely cannot even process all of this food in a single day, so Nutrilite has included all of these vitamins and minerals in a single day's worth of Nutrilite's Double X. Nutrilite actually owns its own certified organic farms, and that allows us to control the entire process from seed to plant to supplement. And this is incredibly unique. In fact, Nutrilite is the only global vitamin and mineral brand to grow, harvest, and process plants on our own certified organic farms. Nutrilite has actually over 100 scientists that allow us to stay really at the cutting edge of research and development and produce high-quality supplements. In fact, Double X alone goes through over 500 quality checks before it is packaged and shipped to you. So I encourage you to try Double X today and experience the difference.
Okay. All right. I like the visual, kind of put into perspective. The amount of bananas she has is what I take in a week. She wants me to eat all that a day. Okay.
It's like a family of 10, to be honest.
Yeah, that could feel like, a city, right? So you're supposed to be eating that day, right? That also takes into account, because a lot of foods are processed. The foods that we eat don't have the vitamins, minerals, and the nutrition that it should have. Okay, which is why it looks really big. Okay, that's also a big factor in it. Okay, but nonetheless, your body does need this. Okay, and what that was on the table wasn't to like push your body to like a new health level. It was to maintain it at the level that it is. Okay, proper healthy body for your 20 and 30-year-olds. Okay, I'm not gonna eat that many bananas a day. Okay, forget that much milk. So it is so much easier to just get this. Okay, the reason I was showing that is because, again, until we understand the value of these products, it is going to be very hard to talk about selling them. Okay, we could sit here and talk about sales pitches, and you say this to that, this to that. We could practice all of that. Okay, but until we understand the value of what we have, none of that matters. Okay, I'll give you my personal example. I actually take double X as well every morning. I have some at my desk at work. There's actually a week that I missed it. Okay, and again, because I don't eat all the food that I'm supposed to. I don't think anyone does. That Nutrilite supplement makes up the gap. Now, those days when I didn't take it, and this is my personal testimony, I didn't feel like sick or anything. I just felt really, really tired. Okay, the same amount of work I did the week before, I was really tired. That's because my body wasn't getting the nutrition it needed. Okay, so I would encourage you guys all to try that. And I think we've all done this in your starter kits with the double X you get in the kit. Take it for a week, and then skip the week after. Feel the difference. If there is no energy level difference at all, which I'm highly doubtful there wouldn't be, but that means that your body isn't getting the nutrition it needs. Okay, so that's where double X comes in. Okay, so that is that. I'm gonna stop it for any personal testimonies on it. Anyone else that's used it?
Me.
Who is me?
Shabir. Yes. Well, don't laugh at me when I tell you this, okay, everybody. So when I used to go to work and have lunch, my routine was that I would take the double X before I slept, right, with food. I normally eat before I sleep. I don't know, it's bad, but hey, that's how I'm accustomed to it. So I added double X for like at least 10-15 days. I kept taking it, power to me. But then I think my perfect pack finished. And I was like, I'll order it later. I'll go to Rutland. I'll pick it up in Buffalo, whatever. Anyway, 1 week passed, and I was getting out of my office on a very 4 p.m., 5 p.m. in a rush to go home and fall asleep. That is how bad it got. And once I came back from home at around 5, 6, I fell asleep. I had an appointment at 10. I slept through it. So. Lesson learned. The minute I started my perfect pack again, that stopped happening. I tried sleeping at 7 p.m. It didn't happen. I woke up 1 hour after and I did something productive. So yeah, take your perfect pack or double X. It'll help. I promise.
All right. Awesome. Thank you, Shabir. Yeah, same thing happened. It's that nutritional gap that you're missing, right? Okay, cool. So that was double X. Okay. Now the last item we're going to be going over is the phytonutrients part. Okay, this is the third item of the 3 steps that we're talking about, right? The fourth of the 4 fundamentals, whatever, right? Phytonutrients. Okay, phytonutrients encompasses concentrated fruits and vegetables. Okay, now again, it kind of explains itself, but I'll give you a couple ideas of a couple of resources and ideas and facts that I got from it. Now, first of all, it's NSF certified. It's certified by the National Sports Foundation. It actually costs a lot of extra money to get that certification on your products. Okay, I don't believe it's necessary. I don't think you need to do it. But the fact that Nutrilite again went out of its way to do that is it's pretty cool. Okay. I'm gonna read off a few facts I got. God, such hard words. Lecithin. Okay, I'm totally pronouncing that wrong. Okay, so lecithin promotes eye health.
Lecithin. Okay.
Lecithin. Okay. So lecithin. Okay. That's one of the items in there. Okay, it promotes eye health. Excuse me for a second. Okay. Second thing is called. I didn't go to school for this. Lycopene. Yeah, I think I said that right. It promotes prostate health. Okay. And then the last one, I think, is just the code EGCG1. Okay, it supports the circulatory and heart health. Okay, now, and there's one other thing. There's a few other things, but the last one I wrote down was L-agic acid. Okay, it supports colon health. Okay, now all these and more are all within this product. I'm going to share the video with you. I think it'll cover a little bit more. But the idea is that, again, it's the nutritional gap that most people have that this thing makes up. Okay, the phytonutrients, again, is the most concentrated part of the fruit, because that's where the skin of the fruit is. Okay, that's where all the phytonutrients are. Okay, so it's all of that compressed into one. Okay, now the price for it, okay, is $30. Okay, it's about 12 PV and about 30. Actually, has more PV than it costs. Okay, so it costs $31, but it actually has 38 BV. Okay, that's one of the cool things about Nutrilite. The PV-BV ratio is actually much higher than most other things. Okay, so if you break down the cost, it actually costs you $1 per use. Okay, that's $1 per use. So I'm just pulling up the video in the back as well. Okay, gives you 10 servings of fruits and vegetables. Okay, that's what one serving of this equates to. Okay, so again, I'll pull up more facts about it, but I think the video will kind of do its job. But while the video is loading in the background, right, let's take a look at what we've gone over. Okay, let's do a quick recap while the video is loading. Macronutrients, we have our plant protein. Okay, costs you $2 a day. Okay, you have your balanced omega health, which costs you 20 cents per use. Right, so 2 cents, it's about 60 cents a day. Okay, you have your micronutrients, which is $1 a day with your XX, and then you have your phytonutrients, which is also another $1. Okay, so if there is nothing else that you find valuable within the products that we have, okay, if you literally hate everything, if you don't like the excess or anything like that, if you just take care of these 4 fundamentals, okay, for your health, I think that will be more than enough. Okay, for $4 to $5 a day to make sure that this isn't pushing your health to the next level. This isn't like bodybuilding, anything like that. This is just making sure your body's operating at its optimal performance. Okay, for $5 a day. Okay. Again, I'm bringing up price again because it is one of the biggest things that stopped me. Okay, the face value of a lot of items. The face value of a lot of items actually stopped me from even taking a look at it. Okay. When you talk to customers, it is also going to stop them. Okay, if you go up to someone and say XX is $60, do you want it? Their answer is always going to be no. Okay, no sane person would say, yeah, let me give you $60. But if you explain to them what it is, okay, what it does, and why it costs that much, okay, or actually how this is cheaper than actually buying the fruits and things that you need from the outside to make the same supplement. Now the $60 makes more sense. Okay, and that's the whole idea, and that's how you create customers. Okay, first you have to understand it. Okay, it is, if you do not use the products yourself, don't try selling them. Okay, like for example, I don't use Youth Extend from Artistry. Okay, because so I don't promote it. Okay, not because I don't want to, but because I haven't used it myself, and it doesn't make sense for me to talk about it. I love Excess, and I've used all these other products, the XX, the Omega Health. I take in the form of Perfect Pack, so it is easier for me to talk about it. So first, you try it. First, you use it, and you understand the value of it. Okay, so I'm going to play this video. Okay, which will kind of it talks about the fruits and vegetables, but it also kind of encompasses everything else we've been talking about before. Oops, sorry. Okay. Okay, so this specifically talks about the NSF.
Nutrilite is outstanding at ensuring that the products are safe and of high quality, and that they have the ingredients in them that are expected to be in them. From the growing of the raw materials up until the finished product in the bottle, we are testing that the whole way through to ensure that the ingredient is what we say it is, that the safety is there, and that the quality is there. I'm really excited that NSF and Amway have partnered to have our dietary supplements certified. NSF is the only accredited third-party laboratory that actually tests dietary supplements to the level that we would do ourselves.
When we test a product, we look at it, and we look at it with a great deal of scrutiny to make sure that it has in there what they say is in there. We have to feel very confident about the product for our name to go on it. There's been a lot of news stories about supplements lately that are not flattering, talking about what's claimed to be in a supplement isn't there, or even worse, there may be something harmful in a supplement. That's what the NSF certification is all about. It's about making sure that what is claimed to be in the supplement is actually there, and that there's nothing in there that's going to harm anybody.
When Nutrilite products come in for certification, they could be tested in up to 5 to 6 different laboratories. And in those laboratories, they're testing for metals, what the label claims itself, like vitamin A or vitamin E. Sometimes they're looking for contaminants or pesticides.
It's not easy, it's not inexpensive, but it does demonstrate an extreme level of commitment to showing Amway's customers that their product is exceptional. When you see an NSF mark on a Nutrilite label, you know that it meets the highest standard possible for a dietary supplement in the marketplace.
These are premium products. They're an investment, and they're an investment in you. And because of that, we invest. We invest in the entire organization so that we can promote and be proud of these products and be proud of the Nutrilite brand.
All right. So I think that kind of ties in pretty much what we've been talking about the whole day, right? The value of what these products have. Okay, this is what it looks like. This is the concentrated fruits and vegetables. Okay, this is what the NSF certification looks like. It's that blue circle right over there. Okay, the M actually represents that it's also halal certified. Okay, there's a lot of products in there that do that. Now, one of the things, and again, the idea is to be open, right? One of the things that I've actually gotten is it actually says this in all the products and even on the website itself, that these products are not tested by the Food and Drug Administration. Okay, that is first of all because these aren't drugs. Okay, so again, understand these are questions you may come across. Okay, these aren't drugs. They're not designed to cure anything. Okay, these are supplements which are designed to do exactly that: supplement what your daily habits already are. Okay, and to improve it. Okay, it's not designed to prevent or to cure anything. Actually, it is designed to prevent in the future. Okay, so it's not like when you take a XX, you'll feel like amazing, right? It's a long-term thing. Okay, it's something that you have to continuously have, and that's actually a good thing that'll give your customer some value. Okay, because once they get onto it, they're going to continue to need it forever. Okay, so I think we're pretty much done. That's pretty much all I had to share with you guys today. I'm gonna again open it up for a few minutes. Any questions, comments, concerns about anything that we went over today? I'm gonna just open it up for a few minutes.
One thing I forgot to say was that I don't like seafood. I don't like anything. If it swims, I don't eat it. So a really cool thing like the omega oil, like Mohammed said, like it's about the colic or the nasty things that when you take it, you just feel like nasty. You blister like 10 shots just to clear that like the fish stench. So like it's like 6 layers of coating, so you don't have that aftertaste where you say hi to somebody and then they run away, you know. So it's really cool, but yeah.
All right, awesome. Thanks, Mike.
No problem.
And also like right now, like we are just in the business, so like we have a limited budget. So like how do we manage getting the foundational or these dietary supplements with other products that we want to buy? So how do we manage that with like a couple hundred or like something like that? Excellent.
Very good question. Okay. First off, you really want to figure out what it is that you need. Okay. If you're in college, you're on a budget. Okay. That's just kind of how it works. Okay. Let's add up how much these items cost. Okay. The plant protein. Okay, I'm actually going to put it in my calculator here. Okay, the plant protein costs $40. Okay, the Omega Health costs $20. I'm just rounding everything to the nearest dollar. Then we got our double X, which costs $60. Okay. Then you have your concentrated fruits and vegetables, which cost another $20. Okay. All that together is about $140. Okay. And again, we should be open about the price. Okay, $140. That is not something you could just easily throw back and forth. Okay. One of the things I would recommend, okay, is if there's anything you're going to take from this, double X is the way to go. Okay. If there is nothing, if you literally only have 2 dimes to rub together, first figure out how you can make those 2 dimes with the $60, then buy double X. Okay. Because it is, again, the plant protein helps build your muscle. Okay. You can get protein from other places as well, but this is the best place to do it because of the fat and all that kind of stuff. And a lot of the other products, like we mentioned, have the value added. But if you want to get the most out of these foundational 4, double X is the way to go. Okay. There is just, I have been on double X since I got started in the business. Okay. I may not have taken it 2 servings a day. Okay, I may have taken 1 serving, so it lasted a little bit longer because my money was tight, but that is something I always got. Okay. Does that help? Does that kind of put into perspective?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, no problem. Good question. I'm glad you were open about the price. Okay. Anything else? Any other questions, comments, concerns before we wrap it up? No? Cool.
No.
All right then, guys. Well, I hope this was value added.
Wait.
Oh, yes, Shabir.
So, can you give an idea of, like, the target market that you talk about promoting to different people? For example, if there's students, what to promote, professionals, what to promote, old people, young people. How do you manage on doing that?
For these 4 particular items, okay. What you want to keep in mind is, again, it's not about just saying the idea isn't to just move products, right? First, you want to find out what is it that people need. Okay, so the idea of this call was for you to understand what these products do. Okay, so let's say, for example, you have someone that is maybe they're lactose intolerant, right? Maybe they're trying to go to the gym or whatever, right? A couple of things should pop out. They're lactose intolerant. They need to build muscle. Okay, plant protein. Okay, they're not going to come up to you and say, "Hey, Nasser, you know what? This is what's going on in my life. I need plant protein from you." Okay. That is never a conversation you're ever going to come across. Okay, but you have to keep an eye out for keywords. Maybe one of your friends is like, "Man, I'm just always tired all the time." Right? What that should ring is either 1, he's pulling way too many all-nighters, okay, which there's nothing you can do to help them, or they're not eating properly. So what do? You give them double X. Hey, and again, Amway has a 180-day money-back guarantee. So what I've done a few times is I've actually given my double X and say, "Here you go. Try it out for a week. Okay, tell me what you think. Okay, tell me if it makes a difference in your daily habits or whatever. Okay, if it does, you could buy it. If it doesn't, no big deal. Return what you got, and what I do is I return it back to Amway and I get a new product. Okay, I just return it. Okay? Amway has no issues with that, so I'm not losing any money. They're not losing any money. But it does take that extra effort to put the time in. Okay, maybe again, just keywords you got to keep an eye out for, right? Just understand the products.
Thank you, Mohammed.
No problem. If you're having a conversation and someone needs something, and there's no way for you to figure out what it is that they need, there's a Nutrilite supplement recommender on your website. Okay, so you can sit there for about 2 minutes. They answer a bunch of questions saying, here's my age, here's this, there's like 10, 20 questions. And then what it does is the website itself recommends it for you.
That's great. I've used it. Also, Mohammed, one more thing. I know we've been talking about, making schedules for these calls pretty often. You want to take suggestions from everybody to see what they want to learn about. Maybe we can use that to incorporate into the next week's call.
All right. Actually, let me stop recording this because I think the value addition is done for now.